Allow me to show you something.
Black, run that shit back, man.
Stay strong for a nigga.
Oh my God. What up, though? Welcome back to another Media Man Live. 3 days in a row. I'm laughing, man, because y'all know every time I got to prove my love. Man, caught him again. I finally found the guy who started this rumor that black men were going to Dominican Republic and coming back with HIV. Finally caught your ass. Caught your ass. And I caught a bunch of other people too. I seen you. I got all your asses. And you know, before you put out information, you might want to, reach out to a public health professional to get the true information, so you won't look like an ass on social media. But sometimes that doesn't happen. But that's why you got your boy here. Oh my goodness, man. I was waiting to get off work so I could get to it. Man, we here 3 days in a row. And as always, my guy, Dante Bryant, always sending in the super chat, always first, man. This is what I'm gonna do for you, Dante, man. You support the channel so much, man. I greatly appreciate it. I'm gonna give you your own every time you send in a super chat. I'm gonna have your own little video or something like that. So whatever you want me to put, in the back chat or whatever. So every time you send in the super chat, I'm gonna make sure I play that video. If you leave it up to me, it's gonna be something funny. But so you better speak up. Be nice. So you better let me know. But yeah, man, this is gonna be hilarious. We got 34 folks in there. We got my guy Jay Fleming in the building, man. I see you. I know you're doing big things over there, man. Let me go ahead and shout Jay Fleming out. There he is. What up, though? Good to see you, young brother. Hope everything is well. God bless you, brother. Yeah, man, this is right up your alley because this is going to be some great information, and I'm going to walk it down step by step. Oh, my God. Man, anything that remotely sounds like negativity towards black men, they with it. They with the shits. And I'm like, when y'all was listening to these numbers, that did sound crazy to you? Oh my God. Oh, this is gonna be amazing. Derek Gaines, the legend. $5 super chat said, Media Man, imagine you in a white button-down, red tie with the silver blazer. Go Buckeyes. Hey man, come on with that foo-foo. We don't do that. We don't do that. But yeah, Dante Bryant, let me know, man. Oh, thank you. Mona's in here. Thank you for moderating the chat. And who else we got? What members we got in here? Got Jay. Let's see here. Got Mona D. Okay, we got everybody. Man, I mean, we gonna get right to it, brothers, and sisters. I'm laughing, but this shit ain't funny, man. We shouldn't be going through this. Black men shouldn't have to go through all this, man. Hold on, let me get everything right. Give me a second. Okay. How I want to start this. So y'all seen the first video that I put out. The first lady that I caught, she was a nurse, a health professional, mind you, and she was spreading that false information about nurses. She said nurses talk, health professionals talk. These black men are going overseas, going to the Dominican Republic, and coming back and giving these women HIV. That was one. So I posted my response video, completely debunking that there is no outbreak in regards to male tourists coming back to the United States, giving black women HIV. And when I posted that video, it got a lot of traction on TikTok. It was actually one of my best performing videos because, I'm fairly new over there. So it was a bunch of women in the comments. They kept saying, well, I asked the lady, the nurse, she responded to my video because somebody tagged her and was like, yo, look at this guy. He's saying that this is false. And so she responded and she said that I was intimidated or something like that by what she was saying. And I asked her, I was like, intimidated by who? And then I asked her, I said, hey, where did you get those statistics from? And she said, do your research. It's out there. I was like, no, where did you get those statistics from? She couldn't tell me. So then there was a couple other women in there saying that, nah, you only going up against black women. It was a Hispanic dude that was posting first, and he was the first to say it, and he had statistics and everything. So I'm like, okay, let me do a little bit of research and see what I could find. Couldn't find him until I went to Tasha K's page. Shout out to Mona D. You know what I'm saying? I see you doing big numbers over there. That's absolutely amazing. Blessings to you. Went to Tasha K's page because I put it in Google. She popped up. And she had the video of the Hispanic dude talking about HIV in the Dominican Republic. So I went back to TikTok, typed in his name, and voila. He popped up. I was like, oh, okay. So this was the guy that started this rumor. I'm expecting to hear statistics. I'm expecting to see graphs, all types of numbers saying, hey, these passport bros are going to the Dominican Republic and coming back with HIV and giving it to black women. But the funny thing is, bro didn't say none of that. But he did cause a narrative because he included the passport bros. When the black community hears passport bros, they automatically hear black men. Is that fair to say? Passport bros doing bad, HIV, black men. Let's get to it, man. Fair use. Let's listen to these three people and see how fast these rumors spread. Here we go.
People.
Hold on, wait. Whoa. Let's go back. Listen to the number. Listen specifically to the number.
84,000 people.
84,000 people. I want to play it one more time.
84,000 people contracted HIV in the Dominican Republic in 2024.
Okay, just so I'm clear on what he said. 84,000 people contracted HIV in the Dominican Republic in 2024. Am I right on that? Put a 1 in the chat if I heard him correctly. And we all heard him correctly. In 1 year, 84,000 people contracted HIV from the Dominican Republic alone. That's what he said, right? Let's go back one more time. I want to be very clear. Listen to the verbiage, the wording.
84,000 people contracted HIV in the Dominican Republic in 2024.
Okay.
Passport bros.
You see that? You see? That was a call to action to black women. Passport bros. So he says 84,000 people contracted HIV in the Dominican Republic. His next words, passport bros. Why, brother? Why would you say that? The black community heard this. Tasha K posted it on her page, and they ran with it. Oh my God, those 84,000 people are black passport bros. I guess passport bros carry a card or something like that that say, I'm a passport bro. Here I go. Shout out to Mystical. All the shit he going through. Well, let me not say that. That dude out work right now. But I did like that song. But so he says 84,000, then passport bros. Oh, black men. There it is. Let's continue. Hold on. Let's keep going.
I know that's been one of your favorite destinations to go to, man.
Uh-oh.
I know y'all been in Colombia. We ain't got those numbers in yet. But I know y'all been going to DR, man, ever since y'all find out you get it for the 40. You know?
See, he was trying to make a joke. Like, oh, you can pay $40, get you a little sneak and creep. That's what he's trying to say. Black women heard a Hispanic accent, and they was like, oh, yeah, this is all the stats that we need. He over there.
I'm saying we don't know if inflation causes prices to go up, man. So if you're a woman that's dating a man that travels to the DR for fun, test them. If you're married, man, and he go to DR a lot, test them. We all know what these dudes are going over there for, man. 84,000 cases, bro, in 1 year.
He said it again. 84,000 cases in 1 year. 1 year. Okay? Jesus.
Right? And these are people that went and got tested, bro. A lot of Dominican men, if they don't feel any pain, bro, they ain't going nowhere. So just know that. That's people that say, hey, I feel a little sick, man. Let me go and get checked out. 84,000 people, man. That's freaking insane, bro. How careless people are, man, with their health when it comes to the way they express themselves sexually. People, man, come on, man. It's not that expensive. Use protection, people, man. Don't play with your life like that. I know there's medication so that you can live with it almost as if you don't have it, but you still know that you do. You don't want to deal with that, man. You don't want to put other people through that. Be responsible, people. It's 2025, man. We got to do better.
Don't try and kick knowledge now. Don't try and kick knowledge now, brother. We got it. We heard exactly what you're saying. You was trying to say little jokes. You know, I get it. But the funny thing is, and to give the brother credit, he didn't even say black men once. Not once. And for some odd reason, what he said in regards to passport bros hit the black community. Then it got to black women's ears, and they heard 84,000 black men went to the Dominican Republic, got infected by HIV in 1 year, came back to the States, and gave black women HIV. That's what they heard. Okay, and hey, and black men too. This dumbass right here. Listen to him. Hold on. Here we go.
So I just seen that there have been reported that there's over, I think, 80,000 new cases of people contracting HIV in the Dominican Republic. That's alarming and that's scary, and that lets you know there's a lot of men out here that don't care and they will risk it all over some butt cheeks.
Here we go.
Healthcare talks. Okay.
Look, is she trying to sound sincere too? Goodness, you know what I'm saying, with a little hair wrap on, trying to sound sincere. Healthcare. Don't get on your Monique, sweet babies. We know what it is. We know the game.
And one thing what we are now hearing is that these so-called passport bros are coming back HIV positive.
She heard the passport bros coming back HIV positive. Lord.
So that video that you see these men smiling and gleaming from ear to ear.
You see that? They don't like to see y'all happy at all. You see those videos of these passport bros frolicking in the water, smiling, having a great old time in these foreign countries. Why does black men being happy offend them so bad? Why we can't be happy? Jesus Christ. Wait, let's go back. Smiling in the videos. I see all in the videos. Come to death row.
Being smiling and gleaming from ear to ear.
Oh, she says it with so much disdain. I gotta go back.
HIV positive. So So that video that you see these men smiling and gleaming from ear to ear, happy that these so-called beautiful women.
Look, you know she sound like Bernie Mac on Players Club, dancing, singing, in the nude, titties, ass, dancing, singing. Why you mad? Hold on.
Want them and willing to do anything
Anything
for them. Go over there and have any nasty, dirty deed they ever want done. Is coming back HIV positive.
Oh, and they coming back HIV positive. Oh, let's go back to Poppy. Hold on.
84,000 people contracted HIV in the Dominican Republic in 2024.
Okay. I ain't no black. Okay. Let's get to it. So first, let's start here. We got 84,000 out there. 84,000 in 1 year. Is that true? No, you jackass. Let me explain something to you guys. There's a difference between HIV diagnoses and HIV prevalence. HIV diagnoses tends to refer to the amount of cases in 1 year. Prevalence, HIV prevalence, means cases total in that community, like in the whole country. So when you hear HIV prevalence and they give you a number, that means that that's how many people in that particular country, state, or city has HIV. Not diagnosis, which is 1 year. Okay? I want to explain that before we move forward. Now, let me show you guys. Hold on. I ain't no black. Okay. Hey, yo. Why we always get to it, man? There it is. HIV diagnosis refers to the number of people newly diagnosed with HIV within a specific period, while HIV prevalence refers to the total number of people living with HIV, both diagnosed and undiagnosed, at a particular time. Diagnosis measures new infections, whereas prevalence captures the overall burden of HIV in a population. And to elaborate, just to be clear, HIV diagnosis refers to the number of people who are newly diagnosed with HIV, okay? And it says during a specific time frame, usually 1 year. Prevalence is the estimate total number of people with HIV, including those who have been diagnosed and those who have not yet been diagnosed. It reflects the overall impact of HIV on a population and is useful for understanding the total number of people who need access to treatment and care. Now that we got that out the way, do y'all think that me as a senior public health professional would know something if one small country like the Dominican Republic had 84,000 cases of HIV in 1 year? You know how crazy that sounds? In 1 year, guys. I'm not done. Lord have mercy, these TikTok people. My goodness. Let's just get this shit out the way right now. Y'all see this? UNAIDS. This is the Joint United Nations program on HIV and AIDS. So this is a program that we actually work with in my federal healthcare profession, right? The Joint United Nations program on HIV and AIDS is an innovative joint venture with the United Nations, okay? So this is where you get all the information, and you see at the top there, Dominican Republic. You go down. Let me make this a little bit wider for Poppy. Right there, the first thing that pops up, country fact sheets for Dominican Republic 2023. Adults and children living with HIV, 84,000. Now, what did Poppy say? Didn't Poppy say that it was a HIV diagnosis in 1 year? In 2024, mind you. 1 year. No, dummy. That's the HIV prevalence in the Dominican Republic. What's wrong with these people, man? And I'm sorry, man. Black women, y'all should be ashamed. Not all y'all, but y'all should be ashamed, especially all the healthcare people that was saying, that was co-signing it, saying this is true. And you, okay, but look, let's just say this is scary, right? Let's just go with 84,000. That scared everybody. Black women was like, oh my goodness, all these black men got HIV. 84,000. Wow, in 1 year? Let me show you United States. Hold on. We're going to go back to the pictures, but let me show you the United States. If that's scary, if 84,000 is scary, okay. Okay, all right, okay. This is fun for me, guys. I enjoy this. Oh, my God. Hold on, let's make this. Hold on, let's go back to the CDC Atlas Plus. Makes it a little bit wider for you guys. Pause. Okay. Let's go here. Remember I told you the difference between HIV diagnosis and prevalence? We're just going to look at the prevalence first. Okay. So we go ahead and click that HIV prevalence. Click next. The nation. This is the national report. Head over to 2020. Let's do 2022 and 2023. The most current. Here we go. Watch this. So we got from ages 13 years and older, all races, both sex, all transmission categories. This is HIV prevalence of people who currently have HIV. Y'all see that? You see a couple, you see about 7 numbers on there, right? You see about 7 numbers. What that say? That looks like 1 million cases in 2022 and 1.1 million cases in 2023. So, black women and Poppy who have an issue with 84,000, if 84,000 scares you, then y'all may want to move out the country. I mean, this ain't no joking matter, but I'm just saying, if y'all thought that 84,000 was a high number, again, it's only the prevalence rate. Only, I say, I mean, it's too many regardless. But yeah, what about 1.1 million? All right. Oh, and let's go back. Black community. Since y'all want to think that black men are the ones over there, you know, bringing stuff back. Hold on. Let's go back. Let's take a look. Let's go back to, and let's do HIV diagnosis first. So I'm going to show you how crazy 84,000 cases is in 1 year. Lord have mercy. National. Let's do 2022, 2023, 2024. It's just preliminary. It's not up to date yet. All races. Create table. So you see here, even in the United States alone, compared to 84,000 in 1 year, we had 38,000 in 1 year, which is, you know, the 84,000 in the Dominican Republic is prevalence. We had 38,000 in 1 year. So, and we have a larger country. So that should scare y'all as well, right? So, I mean, if we're going to be putting out any, PSAs to black women or black men, we might as well start in the United States if that's the problem. Just check. Mm-hmm. Let's go back. Start over. What do we want to see? What do we want to see? Let's go to the black community. Let's do diagnosis first. And this is for 1 year. The nation, 2023, 2022. Next, ages 13 and older, Black, both sexes, all transmission categories. Now, look, I just told you that we had 38,000 new cases in 2023. The Black community accounts for 14,000 of them. 14,747. And remember, we're only about 14.5% of the population. So that's crazy, right? Would y'all say? That's about a little over a third. Third of the cases from 14.5% of the population. Crazy, right? Let's go back. Start all the way over. Let's go to prevalence. We did prevalence. Yeah, we did prevalence. That was good, but not in the Black community. Let's see the Black community if we need to put out a PSA. Hold on. Nation, 2022, 2023. So again, we're comparing this to the Dominican Republic since everybody's sharing that information. 84,000 HIV prevalence rate in the Dominican Republic. This is specifically for the Black community. Make sure I got everything right. Both sexes. Create the table. You see that? What did I say right there? In the Black community alone, in 2023, 438,422 cases. This is HIV prevalence. So, Black community, y'all was laughing and giggling when you thought Passport Bros was going over to the Dominican Republic and 84,000 Black men got HIV. How about 438,000 of us are living with HIV in the United States? Is there a problem? I would say so. So before y'all start focusing y'all attention on other countries and what Black men are doing and enjoying their time and laughing and grinning from ear to ear, how about we figure out what's going on right here? Okay? How about we start protecting ourselves instead of trying to place blame on a small population of Black men that's enjoying themselves in multiple different countries? And ain't just Dominican Republic. So that's why I did this live stream, man. This is how they try and get Black men every time. And like I said, I'm only mad at the dude who started this because he put Passport Bros in the conversation. There was no need for that. If you was trying to tell people to protect yourselves or warn people, why did you have to mention the Passport Bros as if the Passport Bros are the only ones that go to that country? There was no need for that because he knew that that would start a conversation. And he probably knew that it would start a conversation in the Black community because it definitely did. It's so many Black men and Black women sharing this information like it's true. And I don't know how they added Black men on that. That's crazy, right? 438 cases, 38,000 cases in the United States alone for the Black community. And again, 1.1 million prevalence rate. So if I'm telling you that 438,000 are Black folks, that's crazy. That's almost half. Where should our attention be focused on, Black community? I'm gonna show you how it breaks down. Let's go back. I'm gonna show you how it breaks down before the heterosexual Black men start getting blamed for this. Yeah, this is when I'm saying the LGBTQ and the homosexual population in the Black community need to start speaking about this to each other. Right here, hold on. Let me see if they allow me to break this up. Nah. Let's go here. Let's do male-to-male sexual contact, heterosexual contact without drug use. Let's do both sexes. Let's see here. Would it allow me? Nah. Let's go here. Well, no. Let's go here. My bad, y'all. I want to do this. Let's just look at heterosexual black men and male to male sexual contact. Here we go. For 2022 and 2023. So, as you guys can see here, the black homosexual male population in 2023 had 200,000 cases alone. In 2022, they had 193,000 cases alone. But heterosexual black men in 2022, 48,000 cases, prevalence rate. In 2023, 49,000 prevalence rate. But we didn't do black women. There's a large chunk out there, right? Let's go here. Let's do male, female, both sexes. Just heterosexual contact alone. Right there. So for heterosexual black men, 2022, like I said, 48,000. Black women, 115,000. It's 115,000 in 2022. And then 49,000 heterosexual black men, 117,000 for black women in 2023. And this is the HIV prevalence rate, not for 1 year. This is everybody that's currently living and getting treatment for HIV, either diagnosed or undiagnosed. Okay, so there you have it. Because I know a lot likes the black community likes to place a lot of things on the heterosexual black men population because for some odd reason they don't like to see us win. It is what it is. But as y'all can see with those numbers, who's leading the pack? Okay, and yes, I get it. People like, oh man, homosexual black men are still black men. So it's all black men. But y'all make it your journey to separate us all the time. So, I mean, what was that little rapper or singer, Doechii? Then wouldn't everybody, like, hey, I understand it. Heterosexual black men are red flags. It's like our men are red flags. It's foolery. But yeah, so there you have it. So, I mean, we can go back to teaching now, but I just wanted to debunk this false narrative, this lie that the black community latched on because one guy said 84,000 in passport bros. Okay, so that's why you have educated people in these spaces to do the research for you. I do this every day. This is my job. Okay, so of course I know the statistics. I was just waiting for one of these so-called healthcare workers to tell the truth and just say that you lied. You don't know where this stuff came from. It's that simple. God, dog, black community love cooking black men for no reason. Got Jay Fleming 499 super chat said for the private jet fund to the DR. Yeah, we go to the DR. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Air Force Rig $5 super chat says so. There's a man and woman spreading false info on this HIV stuff. Yeah, it's not just them, but that the Hispanic guy was the first one to start it. But then the black community got a hold of it. That black nurse, she said, she was like, I'm a nurse. So people took that as where, she's credentialed. So she should know. But you still have to have statistics to support your claims. And we saw what it was at the end of the video. She was like, yeah, these black men smiling and grinning from ear to ear. God, dog. Zeno, what up, though? $10 super chat said some of those TikTokers were not paying attention in math class. When I heard 84K new cases, if you look at the population, those numbers do not make any kind of sense. Who would be all over that? Brother, I would have been deployed to the Dominican Republic if that was the case. No lie. I've been deployed to multiple countries to respond to health epidemics and pandemics and shit like that. Yeah. Bro, anything to shame black men. God, dog. Lord have mercy. Let me get this out of here. Let's go back to teaching because I got a whole bunch of. So now we could do some preventative measures since we got all that stuff out of the way. Let me bring this up real quick. All right, so we left off right there. I think I had some other stuff in there. So yeah, so just to confirm what I was talking about, I know people love to use Chat GPT or AI or whatever. This is what Chat GPT said. No, there are not 84,000 new cases of HIV in the Dominican Republic. That number represents the estimated total number of adults and children with HIV in the Dominican Republic as of 2023. There it is. So I just showed you guys where you can find that stuff. All right. And then same thing using AI. They say the same exact thing. Lord have mercy. And this is some other people. So the Passport Bros are trying to rebrand themselves after many catch HIV overseas. And then there's goes, oh boy, right there. This woman was just over the top. She was so happy to report that she thought black men had contracted all this HIV. I don't know why that made them happy. Jesus. And this is what I put in my first video, trying to explain to people that it's the issue is that, in the Dominican Republic, it has a concentrated HIV epidemic with 1% adult prevalence. 1%. I just want to be very clear on that. New HIV infections primarily occur among Haitian migrants and their descendants. I mentioned all this in my previous video, and I got everything circled right here. Haitian migrants and descendants. There you go. And then I put this in here just to make sure I have a timestamp when I see it. So there's not a current HIV outbreak specifically targeting male tourists in the Dominican Republic. However, there are concerns about HIV transmission in certain vulnerable populations within the country, including men who have sex with men and Haitian migrants. And then the vulnerable populations are disproportionately affected by HIV in the Dominican Republic, include MSM, transgender women, female sex workers, and Haitian migrants and their descendants. So let's stop right there. So as I stated before, I know that people separate Passport Bros and sex tourists. However, if you know, let's just say this, wink, wink, if you know any men that are going to the Dominican Republic and they plan on indulging, in some Dominican women fun, then they need to watch this video. Make sense? Just to be fair. Jesus. All right. The HIV prevalence among sex workers in the Dominican Republic is significantly higher than in the general population, with rates ranging from 3.7% to 7.7% compared to 0.7% to 1% in the general adult population. And this is found on PubMed, stigma among key populations living with HIV in the Dominican Republic. So let me be clear. That is high, gentlemen. And I'm going to show you the specific cities that they're talking about. So basically what that boils down to, gentlemen, men who travel, who you know some people that go to Dominican Republic and they dibbling and dabbling. If I'm telling you that about 3 to 7% of the S workers in the Dominican Republic have HIV, that means that there's 3 to 7% out of 100. Okay? That's crazy odds. That's scary. Fair? Y'all in here? Okay. So pass this information along to the men that you may know that's over there dibbling and dabbling. Makes sense? And then sexually transmitted infections and HIV. Although the commercial sex trade is illegal, still illegal over there, guys. Commercial sex workers are found throughout the Dominican Republic. These are the main cities. Samana, I know I'm saying that wrong. Sosua and Puerto Plata are known sex tourism destinations. So I've heard when I was researching this on YouTube to find videos, to play that somebody was talking about this stuff, it really wasn't. It was just people promoting Dominican Republic, which is an amazing country. I love the Dominican Republic. I actually went there a long time ago. I want to say like in 2007 or 2008 or something like that. Beautiful country. Okay. But in these particular areas, I see a lot of videos of men talking about Sosua and Puerto Plata. So if you know any people that's going to these specific cities, let them know. And here's a little map here to show you where it is. This is Puerto Plata up here. Y'all see that? Right there. And then you got Samana right here. Y'all see that? I don't know if I can. I don't know if that's showing up. How does that show up? God dang it. Oh, okay. And I thought they had Sosua on there too. Right here. See right here? Puerto Plata and Sosua. A little small right there. Up top. Okay, so right in this little area up top. So those are the main focus areas. 3.3% to 7.7% or something like that. What did I say? Yeah, 3.7 to 7.7. Okay. So there it is right there. Now, HIV prevalence among female sex workers is about 3.3%. Okay. And up to 4.9% in some areas. Then syphilis, 12%. Hepatitis B, 2.4%. Hepatitis C, 0.9%. So those are also things that you need to worry about if you're dibbling and dabbling. And then the HIV disproportionately affects the Haitian and Haitian descendant population living in the Dominican Republic. As you guys can see here, Haiti is connected right there to Dominican Republic. And then travelers should avoid sexual intercourse with S workers and always use condoms with any partner whose HIV or sexually transmitted infection status is unknown. Condoms. Yeah, I'm finna teach y'all how to put on a condom, black men, and I'm gonna tell you why in a second. All right, this is somebody's weenie. Pause. Do not bite the condom off because you're so ready to get to it, because you may rip the condom, okay? And I had to use one of my margarita things or whatever, right? So right here, there's a little thing that says tear here, guys, okay? It says tear here, and you also make sure it's not expired. Check it out, okay? So you take the condom, you tear it from the end right there. Very simple. You take the condom out. Right here, has a little reservoir, right? Y'all better be familiar with this. All right. So you got that right here. When you put it on your weenie, you sit there and you hold the reservoir, and then you roll it down to the base of your erect weenie. Very simple. Now you got this little reservoir here. You good. That's how you put on the condom. Now, when you're ready to discard the condom, you got this little reservoir to collect the semen. You go to the garbage can and you roll it off. They recommend that you don't put it in the toilet because it may clog it up, but most people put it in the toilet, okay? So that's how you put on the condom, black men. And you guys probably like, well, why are you teaching people how to do, how to put on condom? And I see, look, Truth Dude said, you're doing the most, medium man. Okay. I'm doing the most, huh? I'm doing the most. In essence, while black men may be more proactive in condom use, the fact that they also experience higher rates of incorrect application and problems significantly impacts the effectiveness of condom use as a protective measure against STIs and unintended pregnancies. So I'm doing the most. I truly do. That's what I'm doing. When black men, grown-ass black men, don't know how to put on condoms correctly, that's why I'm here, man. I wouldn't be doing this for no reason. Yes, black men do use condoms the most. However, The reason why y'all having all these unwanted pregnancies is because y'all don't know how to put on the fucking condom. So save this video. I'm going to actually clip it up. Okay? There you go. And we're not done. I'm going to show you where I got this from. There it is. PubMed, condom use errors and problems. A study of high-risk young black men residing in 3 southern U.S. cities. Goes on to say, and this is all the data that they collected from those guys, 15 to 23 years old. And it goes all the way down the list. There's multiple studies that say black men use condoms the most. I applaud you guys for that. But you're not using them correctly. All right? There we go. And then on the CDC website, I'm going to show you guys where you can find all this stuff. Matter of fact, while we're here, we wait. I'm gonna give y'all a bunch of links. Let's start here. So, for anybody traveling to the Dominican Republic, you need to keep this information on you. This is to the U.S. Embassy. All right? U.S. Embassy in the Dominican Republic. What to do if you have a medical emergency in the Dominican Republic. This is where you should go for medical assistance. They have all the hospitals that you should go to in Punta Cana, La Romana, Puerto Plata, Santiago, Santo Domingo, all these right here. So every black man or every man in general that plans on going to the Dominican Republic from the U.S., please make sure you keep this. All right. And then over here, this is Travelers Health. Whatever country you're going to, and this is for everybody. Travelers Health website for this CDC. Let's go down to the Dominican Republic. And you see all the information right there. So the only update that they have is global measles. I told you guys that I've been busy at work because measles is, catching steam right now. But yeah, but if there was something that said that 84,000 cases of of HIV in 1 year, it would have been up here, guys. Okay. Here you go. That's that website right there. And then travelstate.gov, which is one of the most important, risk. If there's any like crime risk and things like that, you can find it over here. So you just click international travel. Give it a second. Come on. Right here. And then learn about your destination. Type in Dominican Republic. Now, here's your travel advisories. Let's see if there's anything about 84,000 cases. No, it's nothing. All right. Any alerts? Nope. Right there from the embassy, and then you can get all your information here. Fact sheets. Let's go down to health. Let's see if they say anything. See medical insurance, air quality, health facilities, medical tourism, elective surgery, nothing. Okay, the following diseases are prevalent: tuberculosis, dengue fever, chikungunya, and malaria. Okay, make sure you bring mosquito block. Bring some DEET, permethrin, something. All right, so this is where you find this information. Hold on, I'm going to give you this link right here. Oh, I'm not answering no questions, man. Get out of here. Get off me. Okay. I'm trying to slide that in. Don't sneak that in. I'm trying to educate here. All right, so this is the CDC Yellow Book where you can find more information on Dominican Republic or any countries that you want to go to, all you got to do is type it in there and it'll pop up. Okay. So this is the destination overview. This is where you get all the, infectious disease risks. They got cholera, water, diarrhea, traveler's diarrhea. Sometimes our stomach can't handle certain foods, especially the water. So watch out for that. Avoid putting ice in your drinks. Typhoid fever is over there. C virus 2019. Tuberculosis. Sexually transmitted infections. Let's read this. Let's see what it says. 84,000. It says, although the commercial sex trade is illegal and commercial sex workers are found throughout the Dominican Republic, Samana, Sosua, Puerto Plata. So this is just what I wrote down. So it ain't saying nothing that I didn't tell y'all before. All right. Vector-borne diseases, like I said, mosquitoes, watch out for that. Malaria, water, again, and mosquitoes. It's got all the information. Animal bites and rabies, whatever you need is all here. Methanol, toxic exposures. Jesus. Here you go. Right there. And then you can come over here and you can find out more information about PEPFAR. This is just President Trump's call to action. He's trying to help out the Dominican Republic. And this is the facts. It's just a commitment that we made to the Dominican Republic and to other countries to help them by giving them funding, about 120 billion, growing from 1.9 billion in 2004. So we definitely help other countries. I don't think y'all don't need that. And this is where you find all the World Health statistics. If you want to read the report, you could download it here from World Health Organization. And then this is Atlas Plus, where you guys can surf this. This is for the public, so you guys can see what the numbers look like. They got gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis. You can get all the numbers for that as well, among other things, hepatitis B, C. You can find that there. So if you ever have any questions, if somebody ever says anything about the statistics, you just go there and you can look it up for yourselves. All right. And I'm gonna go back to the pictures because I got some other stuff that I want to share with you guys while we're here. So make sure you save those links, guys, because I know somebody gonna put out a false narrative about black men next month. So be prepared for that. Let's see here. Here it is. Yeah, I want to give y'all an overview of the epidemiology of HIV and sexually transmitted infections across the world. So this is what it looks like. The World Health Organization estimated that 374 million new infections with curable sexually transmitted pathogens, chlamydia, gonorrhea, trichomoniasis, and syphilis occurred in 2020. Globally, 500 million adults are estimated to be infected with a genital herpes virus. That is either 1 or 2. 500 million people is estimated to have herpes, HSV 1 and 2. All right. And 300 million with human papillomavirus, the cause of cervical and other anogenital. And I'm not even going to I would try, but I'm going to mess it up. But cancers, according to the Joint United Nations Program on HIV/AIDS. Just told you about that. 39 million people were living with HIV in 2022. 39 million. There are at least 30 infections that can be sexually transmitted, several of which are incurable, and most are not vaccine preventable. Okay? And I'm going to get to the super chats. I'll see y'all. Thank you. Where'd it go? Right there. All right. And you guys, like I just explained here, having condomless sex with commercial sex workers is associated with an increased risk for STIs and HIV. Multi-drug resistant gonorrhea infections have been linked to encounters with sex workers in both Japan and Hawaii. So gonorrhea has mutated, if you guys didn't know that. So we have to use a literal cocktail if the first one doesn't work. It used to be very simple. Give somebody some antibiotics or whatever and send them on their way. But now it's so many strands of it that, the mutation has caused us to, give these like cocktails to just get rid of the disease. So y'all need to be mindful of that. Okay. I love Japan. I'm going to Japan this year. So, but I ain't going to be dibbling. My wife can be there. Well, we going to be dibbling with each other, but oh man. And then a high prevalence of HIV infection is also frequently found among sex workers. Okay, we just said that. And then right there, global estimates from systematic reviews indicate that over 10% of female sex workers are living with HIV, 10% across the world. Jesus. With the highest rates among those in East and Southern Africa. Okay. If you go into East Africa or Southern Africa, South Africa, amazing countries. Been to both of them. Had a great time. Didn't dibble. And the lowest among those in the Middle East and North Africa, 1.8%. So the lowest, Middle East, North Africa. I've been to Tunisia too. Both commercial sex workers and their patrons are at risk of assault, robbery, and blackmail. Okay, they just giving you fair warning. And then sex tourism. This is only for the guys who know guys that dabble in this. I'm not talking to you guys in the chat. Wink, wink. Sex tourism. Travel for the specific purpose of procuring sex is considered sex tourism. Sex tourism destinations are frequently countries where commercial sex is legal. In some countries, sex tourism supports sex trafficking, among the largest and most lucrative criminal industries in the world. Sex tourists have traditionally been men from higher income countries who travel, sound like the U.S., to low and middle income countries to pay for sex with local women, including commercial sex workers. Sex tourism among American and European women has also been described, particularly during travel to the Caribbean. As much as I love Jamaica, black women, did y'all hear that? I know what y'all be doing on them damn rafts, getting rubbed down and snuck into with a plastic bag over some man's weenie. I heard the stories. Y'all didn't know I caught that, huh? I know what y'all doing out there getting rubbed down and snuck into. I know the game. I know the game. Yeah. Sex while traveling. I mean, this is casual consensual sex, but still use condoms. That's basically everything that they're saying, man. Use condoms, please. And then these are the factors associated with higher frequency of casual or condomless sex. So casual sex in home country and during a previous travel experience. So basically what they're saying is men and women who engage in casual sex in their home country, they go to other countries and they do it again. Okay? Previous travel experience, expectation of casual sex while abroad, history of previous sexually transmitted infection, illicit drug use, alcohol abuse, tobacco abuse, long-term travel, expatriates, military, Peace Corps volunteers, male, single, traveling without a partner, either alone or with friends, younger age, 2 or more partners in the last 2 years. So that particular group, all right, with all those factors, they are the most susceptible for acquiring HIV and STIs when they go overseas and engage in sex. Make sense? All right. And then these are some pre-travel clinical interventions for sexually transmitted infections and pregnancy prevention. And then you can get your screenings prior to every time. And I think I told you guys this. Every time we go overseas, we have to do a pre and post travel medicine appointment. And that's where we get all our lab work taken. Everything is checked just to make sure we're good. All right. And then when we come back, we got to do the same thing 24 hours later. Okay. Just to see if anything changed with our blood work. Not necessarily just for STDs and or STIs. It's just for the fact that, you know, we go to these different countries, we may be exposed to certain things. So they want to make sure we good. You guys should be doing the same thing. Before you travel, I would recommend that you go see your primary healthcare physician and get all your blood work, get tested, make sure you good. That could be your baseline, all right? And then you go overseas, you have fun, do what you need to do. And get your immunizations up to date if you believe in that stuff. I know we have some anti-vaxxers around here, but if you can, you know, help it, look at travelstate.gov, go to the CDC travel page and see what they recommend that you have the vaccinations, okay? Let's continue. And this is just showing you, this is another report for the 84,000. It's at the top there. But no, I did want to show y'all this, and I just want to be clear on this. No, not that one. I got something for you guys. Because this is something that we see all the time. Where is? Right here. All right, guys. Yes, we know about this, and I'm going to tell you the dangers of doing this. So, yes, it is possible to purchase antibiotics in the Dominican Republic without a prescription. Pharmacies in the Dominican Republic sell antimicrobials with or without prescriptions, according to a nationwide survey of antimicrobial dispensation practices. This includes delivery services to locations within their neighborhood. So, guys, y'all probably didn't think I knew about this, but I absolutely do. We have a full list of countries that allow you to go in and get, doxycycline from the local pharmacies or whatever, right? The reason why I'm telling you guys not to do that is because they don't have the same healthcare practices that we do in the United States. So you could be buying something that they say is a antibiotic and it may be expired. It may not be something that, that you can have. You may be allergic to it. So I would advise against that, because I know there's a lot of guys that may go to, these other countries, dibbling sex tourism. And then they're like, okay, I'm gonna just go to the pharmacy. I'm gonna grab me some antibiotics and I'm gonna clear it up. All right. Don't do that. My advice to you guys, go to your doctor first and be honest with them and see if they will prescribe doxycycline prior to you going, so you can start taking it prior to, and then you can continue, throughout and use the whole prescribed medication. All right. Do not, I repeat, do not get antibiotics from these other countries. There's a reason why it is prescribed in the United States. Okay? I just want to make sure I'm very clear. You can really mess up yourself if something is wrong with those antibiotics. All right? And there it is. Primary care providers, your regular doctor can discuss DoxyPrep for travel and prescribe it if appropriate. Planning ahead ensures that you have access to how to take DoxyPrep. They're just saying doxycycline abroad without unnecessary stress. And this is more information. It's just showing you, how you take it. So your doctor will go over all this for you. But I just want to be clear, man. Don't do that to yourself. I know it seems like a catch-all. And, for the guys that do go over there, just make sure you see your primary care physician prior to. Okay? Listen to your unc. All right? Let me see here. Got that. Cool. All right. So I think we covered everything that we need to cover. So do y'all have any questions before I get to these couple super chats? Well, I'm here now. A Brown 199 super chat said, be familiar with the reservoir guy. Yeah, need to be some air in there, man, so you can collect the semen. We grown. We adults here. All right. Everybody sneaking in. I see the statistics. Air Force Reek, $2 super chat said, oh, snap, I've been doing it right. That's funny. True as dude, $2 super chat said, I'm thankful we had sex ed when I was in school. Everybody had sex ed when they was in school, pretty much. True as dude. But that don't mean that carries over to the real world. So, yeah, I get it, man. We try and, skirt responsibility or accountability. But the fact of the matter is that black men do use condoms the most, but a lot of us aren't using them correctly. Okay. And to be perfectly honest, if they probably were using them correctly, our men that have had children, that rate will probably be lower. Okay. So, and Air Force Reek fought out super just that last time I saw a demo on how to put on a condom, I was in middle school. It's funny. And you know, as a public health professional, we used to have to do that in the military. We used to have to teach people how to put on condoms. I used to do the same brief that I just did to grown adults while I was deployed overseas. The APTAC individual, First Term Airman Center, they get that briefing. We used to send our troops over there with the Woody and teach those young men how to put on the condom correctly. Okay, so yeah, so we go to the colleges, we do the same thing. I know it seems like something that most people know how to do or most men know how to do, but it's a lot of them that don't. Okay, and the other thing that we notice with dudes, y'all love to get that gold wrapper, but everybody can't fit that gold wrapper, man. All right, y'all know what I'm talking about. And the reason why, if you're using a gold wrapper condom, what is it, the Magnums? Angela Yee on her podcast, they called it Sagnums when dudes try and use the big boy. Okay, don't do that. All you doing is swishing and swashing all the STD juice around, man. And it's easy for it, the condom to come off because you can't fit it. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you know yourself. Just because it look cool to have it in your wallet or in your pocket, oh yeah, man, I'm about to get to it. If you can't fit it, don't acquit it. Don't use it, man. Just don't use it. Get your proper size. There's no shame in it, brother. Let me show you something real quick, man. This is a regular condom, right? I don't want to mess this up. You could put your whole fist through here. Shit, I didn't bust it. I just busted it. But yeah, you can put your whole fist in the condom. It's that simple. So yeah. So don't feel ashamed. You'll be all right. And I think they may have some gold wrappers out there that look like the Magnums, but they're the regular size. Get to it. Okay? You'll be all right. You tough, right? Let's see here. I got okay, cool. We in it. So yeah, man. So that was just a little quick live stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in just to dispel some false narratives about Black men and also give a little bit of education, some health education. This is the stuff that I enjoy doing the most. I was blessed in this world to be doing working a job or in a career that I absolutely love, that my degree is in, and I get to share some of that information with you guys. So I know some of this stuff, I may have been, joking and laughing, but it's absolutely serious. The HIV rates, the STI rates, especially in the Black community, we got to do better. So I don't want anybody to leave here thinking that I take this stuff lightly, because we have to brief all this stuff damn near every day, because we see it spiking in certain areas, in certain counties. Houston, talked about Houston, Atlanta. It's a bunch of little places, especially in the South. Okay, the South is always at the forefront when we're talking about STIs and HIV. Okay, so this is serious. It's no laughing matter. I just wanted to make sure it was a little bit entertaining while we do it. But yeah, it's absolutely serious. And if you need any assistance, if you're wondering if you may be infected with something, please go see the doctor, man. Go get tested. You can request all those things. And if you're scared to go to the doctor, you can go on Amazon, and they have I actually reached out to a company that makes the home HIV test to see if they have an affiliate program, so I can get you guys some free or some percentages off. And they have home STI testing kits. I'm gonna give you the name. It's called, I'm gonna go back. OraQuick. I'll spell it OraQuick. This is the in-home HIV test. It's the most popular one. It's $39. So if I was you, I would. I'm okay. Wait, am I still blurry? Okay, there we go. Yeah, if I was you, I would keep that on handy instead of just going to grab Plan B. Why don't you just keep the HIV test on you and make sure that you protect yourself? All right. So before you get to it, there you go. Oh shoot, I didn't mess something up. Let's see. Truest Dude 2000 just said new media man shirt. If you can't fit it, don't equip it. Yeah, we got to do something. That would be good. Yeah, we got to put something together, Truest Dude, man. Oh man, that'll be fun. Goodness gracious, black man. We always going through it, ain't we? But yeah, but I appreciate y'all tuning in. I know this is kind of out of the norm, but like I said, man, you're going to get a lot from this channel. And hopefully I was able to do some good. I'm going to clip up a lot of these videos, especially the one with me teaching how to put on the condom. No, I'm not ashamed to do that, bro. The amount of shit that I've seen as a medic, that's nothing. Okay? So yeah, and it has also going to do some good. So but yeah, appreciate y'all tuning in, and thank you everybody for the super chats, and thank you for tuning in. All my moderators, Pooh Man and Mona, thank you. Let's see here. Cool. Oh, and thank you, Pooh Man, for putting the HIV test in the chat. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, keep that on file, man. Y'all be all right. Let's see here. What are we gonna leave with? Let me see. I'm gonna find something.
Walked out looking like money. Look what I got on. This is look what I got on.
I know where y'all mind was going. We talking about all this sex and foolery, and y'all singing about sweet whites. I saw y'all looking at cheeks. I saw. Dr. Umar saw too. We always catch y'all. I know the game. I know the game. All right, man. We're going to get out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll leave you with a fast card. Everybody seems to love that, but appreciate it. God bless. Be safe out there and protect yourselves. All right? Media Man out. Peace. Thank y'all.
A fast car. I wanted to get to anywhere. Maybe we can make it. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Started from zero and nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself,